I'd love to hear some.
There's one that goes, "Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders."
That's Nietzsche, right?
What happens when grief isn't death or something that you can call fate and inevitability, but the loss of a person who still lives on just without you? Released in 2004 and directed by Michael Gondry, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind tells the story of Joel Barish, a man heartbroken to learn that his ex-girlfriend, Clementine Krasinski, has erased every memory of their relationship. In his own grief, Joel decides to do the same, but as his memories disappear, he realizes just how much he wants to hold on to them. The film is meant to be a lighthearted comedy with the lovable likes of Mark Ruffalo, Jim Carrey, and Elijah Wood, or at least the misleading trailer would have you believe that.
I'm Howard Mirziak, founder and president of Lacuna Incorporated. Why remember a destructive love affair? Here at Lacuna, we have perfected a safe, effective technique for the focused erasure of troubling memories. In a matter of hours, our patented non-surgical procedure will rid you of painful memories and allow you a new and lasting peace of mind you'd never imagined possible.
The film is a take on grief and loss in relationship, and that when you're hurting, you'll do drastic things to forget and run. But most times, you just end up back where you were, and that a story doesn't end just because you forgot about it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind follows Joel Barish and Clementine Krasinski. The two meet on a train in Montauk and hit it off. They fall in love, but their relationship slowly unravels as insecurities and mismatched temperaments corrode their relationship. After a brutal fight, Clementine hires Lacuna Inc. to erase Joel from her memory. And when Joel discovers she no longer knows him, he signs up to wipe her from his too. Overnight, technicians map and delete his memories in reverse order while he relives them, from the bitter end back to the earliest joys. Mid-procedure, he panics, realizing he doesn't want to lose the good with the bad. Inside his mind, he tries to hide Clementine inside false and embarrassing memories to maybe trick the text into letting him remember her. Meanwhile, Patrick, one of the technicians, courts the newly blank Clementine using Joel's stolen gifts and lines. All while Mary, Lacuna's receptionist, learns that she too had the procedure done to forget of an affair with the head doctor of Lacuna, making her mail the clients their files and tapes. By the end of his procedure, Joel's last memory collapses, but he remembers one last thing: where to meet Clementine due to her parting echo.
Meet me in Montauk.
After the procedure, Joel and Clementine meet again by chance on a train to Montauk. The two feel an inexplicable pull to each other and start over, until Mary's packages finally reach them, and they listen to their own recorded complaints about each other. Shaken but honest about the pain they're likely to repeat, they choose to try anyway, accepting that their fate may already have been chosen. Joel, learning that Clementine chose to erase him from her memory, pained him so much that he chose to erase her, even though meeting her changed him more than he could ever imagine, whether good or bad. The grief of losing the person you love most, and who understands you more than anyone else could, is something I believe isn't acknowledged enough in current society, and people treat love and relationships like disposable memories and moments, when it's something that completely changes someone. And as seen in the film, some people would rather forget than to believe that someone could change them so much. The grief of losing someone still alive, to me, is a lot of times harder than losing someone to death, because death is inevitable, and you don't really get to stop that from happening most times. But when losing someone due to your own errors and flaws, you can sometimes feel inadequate and unlovable for how much grief you caused even to yourself, let alone the person you loved. Shown throughout the film, Joel wants to keep the good memories to the point of begging for just one. But you have to realize, you can't have good without bad, bad is what makes you appreciate the good. Joel doesn't even realize that he's giving up parts of himself to forget, all because he's hurt and can't accept that someone doesn't and can't love or remember him anymore. Losing the memories of Huckleberry Hound, him killing a bird, and of his mother bathing him are all foundational memories to who Joel is as a person. But he'd rather sacrifice his character than accept that love isn't always something that needs to be said to be true. Sometimes the purest form of love is choosing to forgive yourself and others for being human. The ending of the film is truly my favorite part. Joel and Clem both know that it probably won't work, but that's truly what love is in its purest form. Believing in something and proving to the other person that despite fate and chance, you will still fight for it. Although I've never seen the ending as a happy one, but as a melancholic yearn for ignorance and the human's incurable need to avoid their own flaws. Clementine and Joel can't even accept that they have already lost each other, and that is the beauty of love. But I do believe the fact that both parties know the weight of the procedure might give them a fighting chance for another try. Hearing their complaints up front might make it easier for the two to compromise. The reasoning for me even making this video, and why I find the film's take on grief so profound. Because everything in this film feels purposeful. The cinematography, the side plots, the music, everything. To speak on the side plots, Patrick trying to replace Joel because he's a selfish creep who believes that memories are truly erasable and space-filling nothings is almost laughable. Memories are forgettable, but feelings aren't. Patrick had to know that it could only last for so long because Clementine didn't just love Joel because he understood her or because he was a good gift giver, but because Joel truly made her feel special and more than just a girlfriend, but like someone who could be loved despite her flaws and her own self-doubt. But even then, Clementine eventually loved Joel. So Patrick following in Joel's footsteps is just a disgusting attempt to invade Clementine's personal headspace. On the other hand, Mary learning that she too had overwent the procedure to forget that she once loved the doctor who runs the experiments, Mr. Merzwiak, I think that's how you say his name, really proves what I believe the film was trying to convey. You can forget everything about a person, but that just puts you back to the start of the race. When what you really need to do is to accept who you are, and accept that sometimes all you need is space and time, not to erase your memories of someone. Both parties, Joel and Clem and Mary and Mr. Mishwiak respectively, both went right back to where it started after the procedure. Why choose to forget when you can allow the pain and grief to show you what you can overcome and accept about yourself? To add on to my original point, the beautiful imagery of the memory erasure, put together with the comedy of Jim Carrey, really helps you feel that all of this is just a huge coping mechanism for Joel's depression of losing the love he once had, and the regrets he made, and the grief he truly isn't strong enough to carry. No pun intended. And lastly, the last song of the film, Everybody's Gotta Learn Sometime, by Beck, truly encapsulates the film's theme in a song, which was obviously done purposefully, with the song's lyrics alluding to sunshine being compared to love, when the film believes that sunshine is bliss and ignorance. And the lyrics, everybody's gotta learn sometime, is basically beating you over the head that you eventually, after every procedure, will have to learn that you have to change your heart to finally feel free from the grief of a breakup. And learn that you have to change yourself, because if you don't, you'll just go running right back to where you were. The time that I watched this film was at a point in my life where I probably should have paid more attention to it and really took in what the film was trying to say about relationships and how quickly we'd all just run away and choose to forget and try again. And not accept that fate has already decided for you the ending of your story with someone. I do not think that Clementine is evil for doing the procedure, but I also believe that it's fair for Joel to want to do the same to her. But eventually, the grief caught up and decided for Joel as he wished to change his mind, so much so that he gave up memories that had nothing to do with her. Joel had to lose Clementine twice to finally forgive her for being human and realizing that his time with her was the best times of his life. Joel would rather hide than accept that he was forgotten. Even with the film's imagery and plot, Joel oftentimes hid and rejected the truth. It really makes me wonder, do you think Joel would have done the procedure if she didn't? If not, why? Because he couldn't live with himself if he had to remember and she didn't.
It's no big deal.
You're such a sweetheart. The quote goes, "How happy is the blameless vessel's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot. Eternal sunshine of a spotless mind, each prayer accepted, and each wish resigned."
I want to be a great, big, huge...
Eternal Sunshine is a modern classic on the take of hiding versus truth in the face of adversity. Ignorance is bliss, and love becomes hate if untreated. Reach out. Tell more people you love them, and stop forgetting your mistakes and losses, but make it a part of who you are and why you do the things you do. Let love and let die. Forgive, never forget. What would be the memory you'd beg to keep? Let me know in the comments below, and have a wonderful day. Yeah, so this is a series I'm gonna do, and if you have any film suggestions, just let me know in the comments as well. I'll do any film. Usually it has to be about grief, but I don't know. I can talk about any film. It's no like I'm down for anything, honestly. But yeah. Thank you for watching. It took me a good minute to make it write this, but it was fun. This movie is probably in my top 20. It might be my top 10. I'm not sure. I haven't checked, but it's really good. I'll tag my Instagram and Letterboxd in the caption or whatever the thing's called. But yeah. Thank you again for watching, and good morning, good evening, and good night.